Tap in as we get real with Fields, the owner of popular skate brand Flamingo.
Come with us through his journey and to see how he feels about some of the latest headlines.
Plus, highlighting our favorite game day fits, XO Players of the Week, and much, much more. Welcome to XO Sports. What is up, everybody? Welcome to XO Sports, here on Xperience TV, where we talk everything sports, fashion, and fun. It's your girl, Jasmine, joined by my girl, Maritza, and my boy, Jeremy. How y'all feeling today?
Feeling good.
Every day a good day when you black and handsome. Come on now.
Okay. So today we are also joined by a very special guest, celebrity designer and owner of popular skateboard brand, Flamingo. Fields, how are you doing today?
Good, I'm good. How you doing?
Doing well. It's so good to have you. So before we get into it, go ahead and like this video and make sure you're subscribed so that you can officially be a part of the XO family. Let's get into this Field spiel, y'all.
Must be tea time.
We are super excited to have you here. It is our XO tradition to have a rapid fire round with every guest on the show. Is there any tea to spill? Are you ready?
I'm ready for show.
Okay.
Okay, so for our first question, we are going to ask you, who is your favorite designer other than yourself?
Chrome Heart.
Okay, I forget that.
Who do you think is the best dressed athlete right now?
Stephon Diggs, hands down. Crazy.
What's your zodiac sign?
I honestly always forget, but my birthday is June 11th. I'm not like crazy.
He's a Gemini.
Oh, he's a Gemini. Okay.
Which NFL team do you feel like has the best uniform?
Atlanta Braves. I'll be biased.
What is your favorite? Old school music or new school?
New school. I really don't like old school music.
Ugh.
That's tragic.
All right, tell us what your favorite Flamingo design is.
Probably our last shirt that we just dropped.
Mm-hmm.
That's the favorite right now because that's the only thing the public has seen. But this next drop is pretty crazy.
Describe it for the people.
This one it has a globe, like a transparent globe, so it doesn't have like consonants and country letter. And it has some wings attached to it. But this is a shirt that is well diverse. It has logos front, back, left, right, all over the place. Multicolored. I think the people like it. And this one will come with shorts as well.
Stacked jeans or sweatpants?
Sweatpants, but I'm about to start wearing stacked jeans now, so I gotta get my bag. I have sweatpants right now, and it's like 95 outside.
Yeah, it is. Fave celebrities to rock your brand.
Ocho, he's the most recent.
Hey, I got my dog shirt on, man. My dog, The Real Fields on Instagram. I'm gonna wear this for about a month or two straight. I tell you no lie. Still rocking it, bro. I'm gonna wear this till the letters fall off. I kid you not.
Andre 3000 wasn't wearing it, but he was holding it up. Shout out to my sister, Naya, Lucy. And one more, Young Thug.
Free Thug.
Man.
What is your greatest strength?
My social skills. I believe that's an asset that I've been growing into more often.
All right, so we've seen you collab with Desi Banks, Des Dior, the Shady Babies. Now you've collaborated with half of Atlanta. But we want to go all the way back to the beginning. Before Flamingo, what place do you call home?
I say Tuskegee the most, but sometimes I say Central Alabama because I've been through Auburn a lot, Short Alabama, Tuskegee, Montgomery. I spent the most time in Montgomery, but I don't really claim Montgomery like that. But it's not for a bad reason.
What? How you spend the most time there but don't claim it?
I really say I'm from Tuskegee.
So, being an Alabama boy, I'm from Louisiana. So, what was your childhood like? Because, growing up in the South, like, it just do something different to you.
Yeah, it was different. I was the only child growing up for a long time. I was the only child for 16 years. I didn't do much, just play sports a lot. I'm not as talkative. I'm pretty quiet and mellow, to be honest. So, it wasn't crazy. I just grew up in an athletic background, so like the family rules were play sports coming up in high school, and then if it doesn't work out, get a job or something. So it wasn't that crazy, but very family oriented being from down south.
Since you're a fashion designer, did you first get a taste of like the artistic side of who you are whenever you were younger, or was that something that you found in yourself as you got older?
I found it as I got older, but now that I think on the past, sometimes like I was very talented at doing school projects last minute. I would always be great under pressure and do it the day before. Like I was better at losing points at a project and turning it in late, and then I still had the best project. But I never had aspirations of doing fashion when I was younger.
That's crazy. And look at you now.
All right, thank
So
you.
this is a sports show, so we have to acknowledge the fact that you were a former athlete. We know that you played football growing up. So what was that journey like?
It was fun. That was all I knew at the time. Like some people in other places might know instruments growing up. They might be all they know, all they were introduced to. So football was a culture, and as I mentioned, our family knew playing sports was the only thing you do coming up. You're not gonna be in the streets or getting in trouble. You just playing sports.
So did you ever encounter any challenges or rare situations?
Not that I could think of, honestly.
Okay. You kind of
Everything was
grin. I'm like, hold on.
pretty smooth. I didn't nothing crazy.
You stayed out of trouble.
Yeah, big time, big time, big time.
So we understand that whenever you went to the high school you went to, whenever you were a sophomore, there was only 9th and 10th grade there. What was it like having to compete against football teams with older players? Do you feel like that caused you to get a little tougher? Like it made you a little more, you got a little grit to you?
Yeah, you do have a little grit, and it was always kind of the thing where in our locker room we wanted to beat the team that had seniors, even though we only had freshmen and sophomores. So it gives us that extra chip, and something that we can brag on. And then our school, we were the first senior class ever in that school, because each year they end up adding a grade. But a lot of teams would just think they would blow us out because we only had 9th and 10th graders, like people that haven't even really grown up yet to hit puberty. So for us to be as successful as we were, it was surprising to a lot of people.
What was
And
the
what
name
was
of
that?
the high school?
Park Crossing High School in Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh, right, the city you don't claim.
Oh, now that's how you clear up.
And can you describe the feeling of what it's like to be the first group of seniors to graduate from a school ever in the school's history?
Honestly, it was nice because we received a lot of recognition from that, especially at our graduation day, and that's something that can't ever happen again. So I'm pretty sure like 10, 20 years from now, it'll probably feel like a bigger achievement or we're a part of history more once we actually get to settle into it. But in that time, you're ready to leave high school because you're tired of school. But it still was nice at the time.
I started feeling that. I started feeling that senioritis when I was a freshman. I was ready to go.
Yo,
I feel senioritis in
freshman year.
7th grade. Like,
He said since 7th grade, I'm dead.
I'm so happy I just graduated college. I don't like school at all.
Man, who you telling, bro?
at least you got that degree.
Okay.
Speaking of college, we know you went to Alabama State. Was that your dream school?
No. But I don't believe I had a dream school, excuse me, coming out.
Mhm.
Alabama State was somewhere local and somewhere near home. And it was convenient. They had my major, and I always wanted to do business, and they had marketing. So I just picked up a book, and it ended up working out for me, thankfully.
Well, that's good.
Okay, that's what's up. So, unfortunately, you didn't go to the best HBCU, but, tell us about your college experience at ASU.
Mine was pretty different because I was, like, humbly speaking, I was throwing parties and cutting hair and cutting a football team, basketball team. So a lot of things that were happening on campus were coming through me. We were throwing crazy parties. And at that time, I had an app on the App Store called What's the Move. That really sparked my trajectory being a college student. And that kind of like set my grounds into becoming an entrepreneur and transitioning to Flamingo at the time.
Wait, how did you create the app? And when did you create it?
I created it in 2017. I was on Google at the time and I looked up how to make an app. Just typical stuff once you're trying to gather information. Like if someone asks what COVID is. But I ended up using this platform called Good Barber, which is not relative to cutting hair at all. I don't know why it's called Good Barber. But they had all of the features and the tools at that time for me for the app to be pre-coded. So I didn't have to get any programmers or anyone in CIS, Computer Information System, CIS. So it was beneficial for me. And at that time, I was just using my resources, being from that area and reaching out to people that I knew and trying to grow the brand.
Was that profitable or it was just for like just for the moves? Was that?
It was profitable. I was charging people to put their parties on the app. Like DJs can go in there and make a profile, and you can put all the parties that you're either DJing for that week or the upcoming week or whatever club or venue you're going to, and it'll come up to those people that are closest to you. It was a lot of features on there, but it was profitable. I didn't take it to the point where I am now, but it was doing pretty good.
So there's only one right answer. But if you could choose to go to any other HBCU, what would it be and why?
NCAT, probably. NCAT. I like the amount of students though that attend this. And me being social, I just want to be around, expand my network, get around some different people from different places and different environments, different cultures, just to mingle and mix around. So Alabama State is pretty small, maybe 3,000 students max. That's including online students.
It's giving hater, but I'm gonna let you
You
slide.
want to pick like Clark or even a HBCU up north?
Clark was an option after I was like a junior because I wanted to be in school in Atlanta. Because coming out of high school, no one ever told me that with student loans you don't have to pay right away. So I'm thinking like, I'm gonna go to a school that my mom's not gonna have to pay a lot for, and she's a single parent. So I'm like, I'll just go somewhere that I can still get what I need out of it, and I'll be fine. But if I knew I could just put the student loans on the back burner, I might went to a Power 5 and just enjoy myself.
That makes sense. All right, athletic students are known for having less free time than a normal college student while maintaining morning workouts, your class schedule, practice, study halls, and game days. How did you balance becoming an up-and-coming fashion designer while being a student athlete?
It was tough. You have a lot of times you want to pull your hair out, but that's typical now, even without playing sports, like just business itself. By the time it's just you're living day to day, so you try to make the most of it because you have your ups and downs. Just like any profession, any business has adversity. So if you really want to be great in it, you just got to stick to it with anything.
Talked about how you feel like your biggest strength as a person is your social skills. Can you go a little bit more into detail about how networking went for you in college?
Man, networking for me, I also had an advantage because I was cutting hair, which is kind of like centralized to any African American most of the time because your barber can be your psychologist to an extent. Like you can just chill back and relax, have deep conversations that you typically wouldn't have. So me doing that, I was able to tell people multiple things that I had going on while I had them in my chair for like 20, 30 minutes. So I could tell them about shirts that I had coming out while I'm getting you fresh for the weekend and then tell you this weekend what party's coming up, which I'm entangled to all three of them. So once you do that a few times, the word starts getting around, and if the quality of the haircut is good, it's pretty much gonna speak for itself. Like the customer is a walking billboard, so people are naturally gonna ask where did you get your haircut from, and then customer service comes along well with that too. So referrals and just building around campus. I was using marketing tactics like if you get a haircut for $10 and you bring a friend, I might do theirs for $5 just to get the ball rolling, so I can keep the barbershop full. And then I can still have people coming to parties because I had a conversation with them being in there 20, 30 minutes.
And so
you still here now?
Yeah, I just don't post them.
You do like your homies on the side, stuff like that?
Yeah. And some people in Atlanta, but because I know if I posted it, I'll be too busy. I need people focused on solely clothes.
I got you.
Clearly, you maintain a lot of relationships from college. What did you learn about networking and how did it shape who you are today? More so specifically, how did it help you gain the confidence to go out and seek certain things?
It was a lot of times where even in my classes, we worked on icebreakers and like elevator pitch. And so now the things that I learned in college are just walking up to strangers because at that point in time, you not really know. Like, I'm not a guy that somebody's just going to see walking the cab. I'm not that tall. Right. So most of the times I have to initiate a conversation, which is later on how I started getting these opportunities like Saquon Barkley and Ocho Cinco because I have to go to them first and create the conversation. But thankfully, those people have great personalities and they're down to earth, so it just merged together perfectly. But a lot of those things that I learned came from college and speaking to people and directly from cutting hair majority of the time because I can't just sit there and be cutting somebody's hair in silence. So I would have to work on icebreakers again.
You said Ocho Cinco and Saquon were down to earth. Did you have any like sour celebrity interactions?
Not yet, but I hope I don't run into any.
Not yet. That's good. I feel like there's no reason to have that unless they're having a real bad day. But
Yeah, it's like some people are egotistical, but I haven't run into any, thankfully.
So, since we're talking on college is known to hold some of the best memories. If you could relive any undergrad moment, what would it be and why?
Probably a party that we threw Labor Day weekend. It was
Okay.
crazy. And I think this one we played Tuskegee, which is our biggest rival in the school. Rich history, something that I've been going to since I was playing football, like 6, 7 years old. And that after party was like, it's one of the ones the sun is rising when you're going home. And it was lucrative for us. So at that time, it was just a night to remember.
Jeremy, what's one of your favorite college moments?
I'm not gonna get into all that on camera. We gotta keep it PG. You know, kids be watching.
You sure did crack a smile. Ritz, any college moments?
my favorite college moments. It's got to be every time that they put an article out that I write. I feel the love. I love it.
That's sweet. What about you,
It
Jazz?
has to be, my HBCU is just that top tier. So fall semester go dumb. Like our homecoming was just like, y'all got to experience a Southern homecoming because, y'all don't go to the best HBCU, which I will continue to say throughout this whole Zoom call.
Yeah, me and Jeremy don't even go to HBCU, so you're right.
Literally. So, I got to be a little shady. It's okay, though. It's okay. But yeah, I would say homecoming season, fall, yeah, we eat them up. Even if we don't win, no games, no shade, we still have a good time.
Yeah, we play y'all first game, I think. There'll definitely be 0-1 start for you guys, but
okay, well, I'll be there.
That's the thing about Southern. Like, they act like the losses that their football team get don't affect nothing.
It doesn't. We still turn up.
Just bring the band. That's the best part about it.
God, that's all I'm showing.
Okay, well, hold on, because I can't let you knock my team like that. I can't let you do that. But we got the best band in the land.
Okay.
We'll give you that.
Hater.
So we're going to talk about a little bit of the start of Sorry Flamingo. So many people envision themselves creating something profitable and creative. What inspired you to create Sorry Flamingo?
Honestly, it doesn't have any background story. I was on a plane going to see Young Thug and came up with this concept. At the time, I was playing football, and this was around March when COVID started, and we were just about to finish like maxing out, like max on bench press, squat, stuff like that. We were about to go into spring break, and then COVID happened, and so I've already done What's the Move, and I was transcending and doing merchandise for What's the Move, which I ended up doing No Dead Moves, which was a really prominent shirt at the time. And for me, I always had the mindset of longevity and diversity. And so with the logo, I wanted to be something different because a lot of people do like trap clothes or broken hearts or just sweatsuits every single drop. And I wanted to do something different because nobody down here in the market was doing skating. That wasn't something that was typical at the time. So I wanted to hop in the lane and see if I can reach and appease multiple people, different races, and diversify myself. Something that I could see myself doing for a really, really long time once Thrasher and Vans started dwindling down.
So from Vans and Nike SBs to Truck Fit and Supreme, skateboarding has had a major impact on fashion, yet it's rare that you hear people referencing it as an inspiration to their own style. Why do you think that is?
Some people might be gatekeepers. Some people like hype beasts and just like to wear stuff like Gallery Department or Chrome Heart, Supreme. I honestly don't know. I'll make sure I give skating their flowers. I don't know how to skate, but I can BMX. I don't have any skating background, but it's definitely something that I love seeing and doing.
Because I remember whenever I was younger, and like the whole like the blog era, like that movement of rappers, and you got people like Wiz wearing the Dickie shirts with cargo shorts and the Vans, like that's all skating stuff.
It was a nice time period.
We did a little internet stalking and noticed your Instagram post on May 23rd, 2020. You released a post, and I quote, "The park is finally open to buy our biggest release so far. It is clear that your brand was under the name of No Dead Moves. How did that shortly change to your release in September to your brand Sorry Flamingo?
On that airplane to go see Young Thug, I just had a thought that changed everything. And 2 weeks prior, in Montgomery, it's a place called Jane's Beach House, I believe, and they have a flamingo sitting in the front lawn of that restaurant. And then 2 weeks after that, I was on the plane and drew the logo in my notes and sent it to a graphic designer when I landed. And once I saw it, I was like, yeah, this might be the one.
So, did you even like flamingos or anything, or you just saw the flamingo and was like?
I was gonna say, I thought you had a bird fetish for a minute.
Now, I had no interest in flamingos, and then the only reason I did the frown face is because I see a lot of brands do the smile face. Like if you go in Route 21s or Macy's, you'll see a lot of smile face brands or logos. And it also ties into the slogan "Sorry, I outdripped you today," which is kind of like apologetic. So it's doing the frown face and then put the flamingo in the eyes.
So, what qualities does Sorry Flamingo have that your previous brands were missing that allowed it to progress to the level that it has?
Diversification is the biggest one. So I see people wearing my clothes all the time that have no idea who I am. Any fake or any human being, which works out in my favor because now it's in different rooms that I weren't in before. If I didn't have those previous brands, I might not even know how to maneuver with this one.
Are any of your clothes in stores, or are they just strictly online?
Strictly online, and then people purchase from me often. I have a storage unit in Atlanta where people can come and shop, and I've had them in a store in Birmingham last year. I'll probably start putting them in stores more often. And I also had a talk with someone who has connections with Macy's. So if I could start doing the wholesale process and get them in these big retail chains.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever think of doing like pop-up shops, like in different cities?
Yeah, that's one of our permanent things that we were doing last year, 2 years ago. But now since I have some more free time, I'll make sure I get back in that. Start doing some festivals, Rolling Loud festivals, any type of music festivals, streetwear markets. So now we can really hit the ground rolling.
One of the most difficult aspects of being an artist or a creative is finding the time to perfect your craft. Can you go into detail about the impact the pandemic had on you?
The pandemic is the reason I'm here. I never thought about Sorry Flamingo until COVID started. And I'm appreciative for it because it has some good and some bad effects on the world. But I'm glad this happened, at least because I'm pretty sure I would have never been on that flight to go see Young Thug for me to get to this point.
Yeah.
So what's been your biggest obstacle that you had to face?
College. It took away a lot of my time. Now that I have some free time to go to NFL games or go to more events and softball games like I did with Ocho Cinco and celebrity softball game, to get in more rooms and more locker rooms to more athletes, now I have the free time to do that. So my biggest obstacle is finally out of the way now.
No, I definitely agree with you on the college being a big obstacle because like I make music and stuff like as far as like an extracurricular. And sometimes I just be like, college is in the way because I want to make music. That's my dream, but I got to make my mama happy. So it's just, But it's like, I don't feel bad because it's my mama. She gave me life. I got to do it for her.
Yeah.
I feel that, bro.
It'd be like that, Jeremy. It's all right. You're doing great. Okay, so did you find it hard to reach out to artists and influencers about collaborations?
Life is fortunate for me. I'm thankful all the time. I never really had to reach out like through email or DM. So I was always well connected with people that were near them or either like a manager or an assistant or a stylist. So one big person that was prominent for me early on was this guy named Zoe Dupree. He was Young Thug's stylist for 5 years, and then he was Lil Key's stylist.
I see a lot of pictures of Lil Keed on your Instagram. Can you talk to me about you and his relationship, if you don't mind?
We had a really good relationship, and I'm not big on like posting celebrities on my story, which is kind of why things work out well for me because I really don't get into like having to post somebody real close. But there's been a lot of time that we spent off camera, like going to his mom's house or cutting his hair, pulling up when he wants some clothes for a last minute photo shoot. Even the same with Lil Gotti. Like this past Thanksgiving, he called me and wanted me to drive to Atlanta to cut his hair. I couldn't do it because it was last minute, but just having those type of people and they have the access to just call me whenever is pretty cool.
Damn, that's crazy. Like those are superstars that you in direct contact with. Does that ever get to your head?
No, like,
Me, it would get to my head. Like if
We know Jeremy.
if I knew I could call like Lil Keith or something like that, it would get to my head. I'll be real.
I feel you nice. I try to stay humble because I've seen so many documentaries or like YouTube videos of people that got big headed and lost it all or
Right.
something like that.
Gotta
And
be.
I try to stay pretty mellow. But when I have a genuine relationship with people, it's kind of like we just talking to the bros, just like we having a conversation right now. But it'll just be someone who the public actually gave them more spotlight. So they're still human beings, but they're probably the coolest guys I've been around so far.
That's how it be. Like Jeremy, that's how it is when you talking to me right now. Like
What you
we're on
gonna
that
do?
level. You know what I'm saying?
Shit. I'm not.
Jeremy gonna get famous and forget all about his jazz.
Nah, it ain't.
It's
nothing.
all right. We're gonna see each other all at the top. It's a
We
mutual
sure are.
thing. It's a mutual thing.
We sure will.
So, if you don't mind me asking, how did you take his death?
I thought it was a hoax early on until I seen a little guy that posted because I was actually at a baseball game. I believe this was May 13th or March 13th. Probably was May because it was during baseball season. But it was different. I just kept waking up like it doesn't feel real. And it really hit home once we went to the funeral. And I saw the raw emotions from the family. And I knew his presence would be missed big time. And I've been able to see how much he does for people that he does really care about putting on camera. So it was pretty heartfelt. And his daughter, she's so intelligent to be her age, and she knows his music. Like, I've never seen a child memorize music that well, and for that to be her dad, and now he's gone, was pretty touching. And his repast, she sung a whole song of his it's not out to the public yet, like word for word. And she had a mini concert, and it was pretty different.
I just hate that sometimes these artists, like that's the only way that we're able to see them as human is whenever they leave and we can actually see people grieving them. God.
Yeah, it's different. I wish people got to see that side of him. Like, they'll post many clips of him joking around, but the personality that they had, and growing up in Atlanta, you're going to grow up different. Like, all they do is joke 24/7. Because they were brought up in that, especially in public school, but he'll definitely be missed.
Now, earlier you referenced longevity. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Do you see yourself still focusing on your own personal brand, or would you rather venture off into being like a director of a creative movement or something like that?
I'll say in the next 10, that is where I should be, like being a director of something else. If I can get Star Flamingo on autopilot. But even sooner than that, the next things that I want to do are try to work towards partnerships with like Monster, Red Bull, energy drink companies that are pretty prominent in the skate world, so I can actually make my presence. And I really want to sign a skater somehow, some way, and sponsor them to start going to skate camps or skate tournaments. So if they have the ability to start winning some of these things, they could be wearing my brand and have it in front of some more people. And hopefully eventually like X Games, on national television.
Now, I know you said that you're not big on talking about posts and stuff, but there's this one specific post I wanted to ask you about. So on November 22nd, 2020, then Jaguars rookie safety Daniel Thomas posted a picture on his story of him wearing a Sorry Flamingo shirt. That same day, he caught his first career interception against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Did you watch that game? And if not, how did that feel?
I didn't get a chance to watch that game. I had to be doing something really important to miss some of my bros' games. But it was one of those things where now I'll make sure I get him some stuff so he can keep getting interceptions because we don't want it to stop. I know, right? On a Hall of Famer like Ben Roethlisberger. So that was pretty nice. And then earlier today, my guy Cam Taylor-Britt is wearing a Sorry Flamingo shirt on the Cincinnati Bengals page, walking into the stadium. So their season is about to get back started across the world. Honestly, football is pretty much back now. Yeah. And we should be seeing a lot more.
Okay, before we get into a more personal role here, what celebrities did you still want to work with that you haven't collaborated with yet?
Quavo. I like how he dresses. Stephon Diggs. Me and Jalen Hurts had a conversation, but he doesn't have any clothes yet, so I'll definitely do Jalen Hurts. A lot of people love Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
That's my neighbor.
Girl, we know.
She loved throwing it out there. Oh my god.
That's just crazy to me. Like I literally okay, I'm so sorry.
As your neighbor?
Like,
Yeah, he lived down the street from me. His parents.
So down the street, but neighbor.
Yeah, literally. Like, okay, hold on. I see what you tried to do there. Hold on. Not too much. Not too much.
I got you. But that might be all that I could think of right now. I'm pretty sure some more guys. I'll definitely try to use some of my bros that really want to see me. See if they can get me in touch with some of the guys I want to get some stuff to.
So no Drake?
Yeah, Drake.
Drake, yeah. Drake is fine. I honestly think until I have a conversation with someone that's near him, I don't really tease that idea.
Right.
But life has been crazy. I've been in Montgomery one day, and the next day I'm in Atlanta next to a superstar that I had no idea I'm going to see the next day.
So
right.
no girlies.
Did you have
no
any
girlies on the list?
No girls. No rappers right now. Definitely not any other female rappers. Meg potentially. Sexy Red. And maybe Lotto.
All she do is wear bikini tops and booty shorts, but okay. Anyways,
not too much on the Houston.
Sexy Red alone. That's a Sexy Red.
I'm not hating. I'm just stating the facts.
Yeah,
anyways,
I don't think I would do Sexy Red. If I did a female, it might be Ariana Grande or maybe
Ariana Grande.
What? Hold on, come on.
Okay. That was kind of
I see where you're going. You gotta. I see what you're talking about. I see.
Yeah, it's for the audience. She said,
trying to tap into that other side.
Ariana Grande, like I would have thought you would have said like Lotto or like
nah, it's prototypical.
Or Lennox, maybe.
You trying to tap into that other side.
MK, not just because the people of who they are, but the audience that they would attract.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get a little more personal. What is your biggest motivation to get you up in the morning? Do you have a set routine, and how do you feel with fluctuating calendars?
I don't have a set routine. I need a calendar now because without like school being or telling me what and where to go at certain times, I pretty much just wake up, get done what I need to get done, and then it's a lot of free time. I watch a lot of baseball right now. But my motivation in the morning, I really don't have any motivation, honestly. I listen to a lot of music that gets me going. Like that's my coffee in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you could say because I know where I want to take this brand now. If I'm just sitting around, I know I can't take it there.
Who do you listen to when you wake up though? Like you wake up playing trap, or you wake up on some like romantic type stuff? Like what you?
He already said he don't listen to old school.
Right, I say no.
I mean, they got new school romantic music.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
I'm not really an R&B guy.
Gotcha.
Terrible.
Most of the time, it's either rap or Larry June, some mellow, but some still aspirational, like tell you wake up, drink a smoothie, talk to an attractive female, make some money, start a business, like that type of stuff. Or it could be guys that are concrete entrepreneurs and they have some nice beats and it wakes me up in the morning.
I like that, concrete entrepreneurs. I'm gonna use that. And with all of your success, have you ever felt like you were underqualified being that you're in such a high demand industry?
Yeah, at times, because I run into a lot of cases where I show people my brand, or we have the conversation that I have a brand or someone tells them, and they think it's the typical just clothing brand that people start up and never finish, or like a photo shoot with a white background. And then once they see the Instagram and I see their facial reaction, like, oh no, this is like something different. Like he's actually having production videos and commercial like photo shoots. And this isn't just a sell out the trunk brand, even though I still might sell out the trunk sometimes because that's the hustle side. But like this is a brand that has seeded some numbers at some point in time. So we'll get it there.
With due time. So what advice would you give your younger self before starting your company?
Ask more questions. It's a lot of stuff that I haven't learned, but I can't just point the finger at anybody if I never ask at the same time. So just being transparent, there's more things that I wish I could have asked. And still to this day, there's still a lot of things that I could ask, a multitude of things. And I'll just keep putting tools in my toolbox every day.
Oh, I love that analogy. Yep, tools in the toolbox.
There's always something else to learn, man. You got to always stay curious.
Every single day.
What are some tips that you would give upcoming entrepreneurs that you've learned throughout the years?
Learn how to manage the money. Try your best to find another income so you're not spending the money that you're earning. Ask more questions. As I mentioned for myself personally, find a reliable manufacturer that has a great quality. And early on, you're going to be the brand itself. You're going to be the face of it. So, personality, the way you rub off on people, your energy, that's going to determine if people will support you in the beginning stages. And you don't have to rely on family to support you because 9 times out of 10, they're either going to ask for a discount or you might not be as supportive. Which I didn't run into that, but I don't like when people feel like they have to rely on those things because you don't. Like it's a lot of times like if you go on a festival, there's people that never seen you or heard your name before, but they're still purchasing something before they leave you. So that shows you there itself. Even if someone is looking at an Instagram ad and swiping up and buying something, people don't have to know who you are. But your customer service and your turnaround time and the quality of the product is something that's extremely important if you want to continue and do this for a really long time.
They be like, "Can I get a 5-finger discount or what?" No, sit down.
Yeah, the
Bye.
people that always want the discounts be the ones wearing Balenciagas. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know, man.
Really?
It's crazy. Like, bro, look at your fit. And you asking me for some money off? You crazy?
In one of your captions, you stated, and I quote, "I'm trailblazing, but I won't get the credit until later, if ever." How do you feel knowing that sometimes your work goes underlooked in some aspects, and how do you continue to be unapologetically yourself?
I really don't mind us in the caption I say of ever. So if I never get it, it's fine. Like the people that are aware of it and saw it in the beginning stages will know who originally initiated these things. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people in history that aren't getting the credit that we know of today. But it's fine. Long as I can help people and move the world into a better place, I'll be fine with it. It's okay.
Do you think the industry that you're in is male dominated or female dominated?
Male.
Okay.
But it depends if we're talking retail or if we're just talking fashion. But retail, female, if we're talking fashion, male. Because I've seen Fashion Nova Women brand do 500 million to all women. And I will give credit to females. Once they find a reliable place to shop, they'll stick to that place. Dudes typically shop around. Females do as well, but once you find a place as a female, whether it's cosmetic or your favorite beauty supply store, like you will hunt their store down, going to that place.
They got to find somewhere else to shop. She ain't just called a Rico.
Stop.
Jeremy,
Called a Rico. Y'all done.
that card need to go into order real fast.
Hey, y'all done.
Before I stop being nosy, I have to ask if you could give us some inside information on upcoming projects for Sorry Flamingo. What should we be on the lookout for?
This next release, which should be done in approximately week and a half, 2 weeks if my manufacturer isn't on holiday, which is pretty scary because he just sent me a message earlier. But in the upcoming future, I know this fall should be really, really lit for us, as we say, lingo-wise. We have a lot of things coming out. Fashion is moving into a pretty good state right now, and a lot of people are photogenic, so we should be seeing a lot of Sorry Flamingo coming up.
You need to do a photo shoot, like photo shoot coming.
Yeah, I'm waiting on my photographer.
Look at Jeremy posing in the corner like,
I'm like,
hey, I'm not saying nothing.
Man, my photographer has been on tour with SZA.
oh, okay.
Let's be nice.
He's been busy. Hopefully his price didn't go up.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. He's certified.
I went on him to return. But that's good looking for him. If he on tour with SZA, he doing something good right now.
Thanks. Jeremy, ain't SZA your girl?
I wish.
One of his.
I got a few and they don't know about it. They gonna realize sooner or later though.
Literally.
I'm just waiting
Tell
on
him
some
don't
checks
play
to
with
hit.
you.
I'm just waiting on some checks to hit and I'm gonna send her a DM.
You keep saying you waiting on something.
And then by then she gonna have a man.
It's on the way.
The best skill you could have is patience.
Amen.
Patience is a virtue, they say. We're going to take you back to the Bible. So I think it's time to switch it up a bit and see how Fields is feeling about these hot topics. So let's get into Ritz Rundown.
Let's do it.
For starters, our girl Sha'Carri Richardson has been out here showing out as she recently won the 100-meter sprint at the 2023 Miramar Invitational with the third best time in history. But she's not the only one out here shining. From throwing the first pitch at an Orioles baseball game, to having a basketball court in her hometown named after her, to winning an ESPY, and to her recent endorsements, Angel Reese has been booked, busy, and blessed. So Fields, how do you think Angel Reese's recent success will contribute to women's basketball over the years?
I think it'd be good because a lot of people don't have those type of inspirations in their neighborhood. So it gives someone some outlook, especially, she's from Baltimore, right?
Yeah, she is.
Especially from Baltimore, it's like, it's a pretty rough neck of the woods. So for younger girls to be able to see that, they can see that it's more than just rap or city girl lifestyle.
Hey, Angel Reese, she fine. Y'all seen that video of her that they just dropped where she had the poster girl dress? They was like, put it to you.
I don't even know how that shit possible. That shit like a rubber band. I don't see how she did that.
It's elastic.
It fits everybody. That's the crazy thing.
It's like a one size fit all kind of thing, like a bonnet.
What's that, like the elastic? I don't know.
Index?
But it's really fitting. The NBA now has a flopping technical foul, awarding the opposing team a free throw attempt and possession of the ball when a game official calls a flop. What do y'all think about this new rule and its impact on the game?
Bron gonna be the first one complaining about it.
Or well, because he always the one flopping.
I think this started because of James Harden. He flop a lot. Offensive side of the ball.
Remember all them boys flop. Devin Booker.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna change the game. I think now people gotta rely on actually scoring a bucket now, or really sliding their feet and playing defense. So it should pick up the pace of basketball.
Because they be doing the most to try to get some free throws in.
Yeah, they do.
Killing me.
So, just so I'm here. What's the definition of flopping?
Like you know, like you do a belly flop before. That same difference.
Unnecessary movement. Like, let's say we're walking and you lightly tap my shoulder and I just fall out like you shot me. That would be
yeah.
Okay.
Like being dramatic, but playing basketball.
Okay, that makes sense. Thanks, guys.
All right, rules aren't the only thing they're adding. The NBA is considering expanding to Vegas and Seattle. How do y'all feel about this two-way city expansion? Is it a smart choice? And where else would y'all like to see the NBA expand?
It could be good.
Yeah, it could be good. I want to see how it plays out, to be honest. Especially they, I can't even see the room for any more basketball teams, but it was fewer before, and then
That's what I'm saying.
So it'll be a different look for us.
And then my thing is, if y'all add those two on the West, then who are y'all adding to the East, or like what teams are gonna move to the East?
It's gonna have to be the Pelicans and the Grizzlies. We're the farthest east out of all the Western Conference teams.
So, Jeremy, how you gonna be feeling? Because the Pelicans, that's your ride or die.
I'll be feeling good regardless. I love my team.
Okay.
You a Pelicans fan?
Die hard. Since what? Since we was the Hornets?
It's crazy.
I know. I'm delusional.
What's your team?
Me?
Yeah, Phil.
I'm a LeBron fan. Wherever LeBron play.
Oh my gosh. I'm so
No.
Don't ask Jazz who she a fan of. If you haven't figured it out by now.
You know, that Houston, Texas, wherever it's at, the Rockets. We're going hard.
Don't pay her no mind.
Please don't do that. That's not what we're going to do. We're not going to start a hate train.
The Rockets and the Texans are terrible.
And we're going to see how terrible everybody is this upcoming season. How about that?
I'm gonna be two teams we saying are bad.
I'm not with the. I'm not gonna lie
the Rockets because my homeboy playing for them now, but
I'm not gonna lie. You know, I like Atlanta Hawks. You know, College Park is not Atlanta, but I like Atlanta.
I find it funny how Rich had to slide in. She knows somebody in the league. That's funny as hell. Hey, I do the same thing though. I ain't mad at that.
Okay, see, and that's what we was talking about.
All right, how do y'all feel about the FAMU football team originally being suspended due to a music video being shot in the locker room by rapper Real Boston Richie? Phils, you played college ball in HBCU. How would you feel if this were your team?
I'll be lit.
That's what I said. I said, hey, this
I don't know what made them suspended. Maybe the coaches want to be politically correct and made it seem like he cracking down on the team. But like Miami had Uncle Luke.
I think they said it's because the coach ain't know and the coach wasn't there or something like that.
Man, you know how much stuff go on that the coach don't know? This is okay.
Okay. All right, now it's time to get to some of our favorite game day fashions and see what Fields has to say about them. If If you want your best game day fits to be featured on the show, just submit them or tag us at exosports.xtv. And before we get into it, remember X for yes and O for no. Let's get into it, y'all. Ready, please?
Hey, that's Daniel.
Yeah.
Hey,
For sure.
I like the 12
I like
smack.
it.
That's well, yeah, go together. I like it. The shoes and the
I'll give it a.
It's an X, man. Come on.
Why you hating right now, Jasmine?
You a hater, dog.
What's going on?
No, no,
I
no.
really don't like that shirt.
I'm
You say
not
you
hating
You
on
like that shirt anymore?
What you don't like about it?
The
I don't like that
pants.
shirt anymore. The design could have been way better, but this was early on, so like, it's just like hearing some old music. Like that's how my voice sounds.
Yeah, nah, that's what I was just about to say.
I like it.
He's talking about that size voice.
Crazy. I got my arms out.
Is that a muscle tee?
Well, I didn't even.
Damn.
It's a cut off graphic tee with a 3D print flame, so you can rub against it and feel the flames.
Okay, I like the shirt.
Appreciate it. This was actually at a pop-up shop. That's why the boxes in the background too.
Oh, the bugs. Oh, that's tough.
I'll give it a no.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad you said it first. Cause
Yeah, I like the shirt, and then
I don't like the sleeves. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just act like you're not even on the show.
I like the shirt.
I
I
don't like
give
the
it a no
pants
for sure.
being that tight like that. Like I don't like the tight pants.
Yeah, that's killing me.
I feel like they
I
could
can only wear tight pants. I don't have any baggy pants. It's not 08.
I gotta wear my pants a little bit.
Hey, I'm gonna give it an O.
I give it an 02. I'm not gonna lie.
X.
That's cute.
Even though I really don't be liking tie-dye shirts. But
Oh, yeah,
I
like
like
the
Yeah.
tie-dye.
X for my man Dub.
I'll give it an X.
X for my dog. And he in Florida wearing the tie-dye shirts.
That's
Like,
right.
palm trees, tie-dye shirts.
It
Yeah.
gives aesthetic.
No. This was cool. He didn't really do nothing crazy. And he got the Atlanta stamp.
What was just throwing me off? It looked like he chilling in the crib.
Cause then he
Yeah,
got
he-
Nike socks on.
You really like he chilling in the crib. But shout out my dog for wearing this.
That's a little chill fit. Like, you can't be too picky. I think it's cool.
This is an X if we're chilling in the house. We going outside though. This
Yeah, he was at an event. I don't know why he
I
wore
was
it.
gonna say he had a red carpet.
I see a red carpet on the floor.
Yeah, he was at an event. I don't
He
know.
looked like
Maybe
he
just
forgot about the event and just had
had
a
to wear the sweatpants.
Like he
Oh,
said,
no.
"Oh, I forgot about this event," and just put something on and left.
I give him an X though, cause he's from Atlanta. They don't really care. They like, and he's standing like he from Atlanta, like the
He sure is. Yeah, that's a different thing.
X for my dog. Hope he have a good season this year.
I hope you have a good season, but it's an O.
Same. But I like this one.
Man, he looks so young in this picture. This is crazy.
Sure do.
Cause
No beard. I'll give him an X though, cause he wearing my cousin shorts too. Sorry, Flamingo. From the hat to the shirt, and then Los Angeles on the shorts.
Yeah,
And
I
he
like
put this up
that.
last minute. As soon as he got to Atlanta, he just came to the storage unit, got some stuff, put it on, took a picture in Chipotle.
Chipotle is my life.
Man, that's just
I'm hoping this
That's
don't
why I
work.
was like, this is like a fast food restaurant.
It's spontaneous. I just started taking flicks and he was posing. We just chilling.
period. It's an egg.
X for sure. Shout out my dog. Just hope they
red. I don't like red like that.
I like red. You like sexy red? I thought you would like
You
red.
a sexy red now.
Yeah, I like the but I mean, I'm assuming she don't always wear red. No, you know.
Well, go crazy behind your girl, Jeremy.
Crazy. I could tell you love it when we made up.
We are officially in overtime. This is the portion of the show where we go a bit off script and address any and everything on our minds, read comments, answer questions, talk conspiracies, you name it. And this week, we want to hear from Fields. So let's get into it.
Since we have Mr. Sorry Flamingo here, we're going to play a game called Sorry, Not Sorry. The rules are simple. Whatever I share a story, depending on how you feel about the headline, respond back with a sorry or not sorry and why. So y'all ready?
Let's do it.
I'm feeling like Birdman over here rubbing my hands together. Okay, so the top 10 NFL list was released, including some of our faves like Patrick, Joe, Josh, and Lamar. How did y'all feel about this list overall? Sorry if you didn't agree, or not sorry if you do.
It was sorry. They got like the first 3 right, and then after that, it wasn't right.
Okay.
Sorry, because there's no way Trevor Lawrence is better than Dak Prescott.
That's what I was saying.
Not even sorry.
And they needed to move Josh Allen down a little bit.
Whoa, relax. No, they don't.
Oh, too far.
I love Josh Allen, but
So the
Where is he? What number is he?
4. I think they put him at 3.
Josh Allen was 3, Aaron Rodgers was 4, and Justin Herbert was 5.
Who was 2?
Okay.
2 was Joe Burrow. You can't argue with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where was Lamar?
Lamar was number 7.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'm not really Lamar is a great athlete, but until he proves his arm, then I'll give him some more praise.
That's fair.
So y'all talking about the list. Who would be on y'all list?
I mean, Mahomes, Burrow, Allen. I'm not putting Aaron Rodgers' old ayahuasca taking stuff on the list. I have Herbert a little higher, and I had Jalen Hurts a little higher. So I guess my top 5 would be Mahomes, Burrow, Josh Allen. I'll have Jalen Hurts first, and then I'll go Justin Herbert at 5. Justin Herbert at 5.
Yeah, I like that.
Hurts first.
We talked about that earlier. That's what I was saying.
I'll have Hurts before Justin Herbert instead of after.
Okay. Long as Pat said number 1, I'm fine with anybody's list.
Can't dispute
That's
that.
why I said 1 and 2. Okay, like you can't really argue that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
So, Views, what's your list? Cause
Yeah, my list will probably have some guys on there that nobody agree with, but long as Pat number 1, especially if it's a top 10 NFL list, I'll have a few more receivers on there.
Oh, no, this is just the list of the quarterback.
Yeah, it's just quarterback, so I'll keep it. I'll still probably change some stuff around. Kirk Cousins is slept on. He's not as good, but he moves the chains.
mm-hmm.
Justin Jefferson not throwing it to himself. But as long as Pat number 1, I'm pretty happy.
Oh, that's it. That's your top boy right there. That's your guy.
Yeah, I've never seen an athlete do the things that Patrick Mahomes does on the football. He just changed Madden. They have a diving throw. No athlete, nobody ever would have brought that to Madden. He almost completed that in the Super Bowl. He was like 4 or 5 inches from the ground and hit the receiver in the face, but he didn't catch it. Nobody, so not Peyton Manning, not Drew Brees, they're old.
He threw shots at you. He had to throw that in there.
Okay.
You ain't had to say nothing about Drew Brees. We're gonna keep it pushing though.
So, meanwhile, the NFL's top running backs have recently been expressing their discontent with their current devalued positions. Are y'all feeling sorry for these players or not sorry?
I'm a mix of both.
Yeah,
I'm a mix of both. Because one of my friends brought up a great point that the Chiefs won the Super Bowl with a 7-round quarterback. So at that point, you're kind of expendable.
Mm-hmm.
But as well, on the flip side, these offenses would change significantly without these running backs in their backfield. So it's kind of like, if you want the man, pay the man. If you don't want him, just cut him, but don't have him like waiting around for a bag. We know it, they deserve it. They're prominent running backs. We're just going to see how it play out. Because they aren't getting paid what they should be getting paid, though. They take a beating, and then the life after football, they're the ones who have the CTE and the brain damage and the body bangings after, so you should be getting compensated for that type of stuff.
Plus, as time goes on, quarterbacks are going to keep getting more and more athletic, so running backs can get to the point where they're useless.
Yeah, maybe a lot of 5 wide or a lot of like hybrid backs that can play receiver like McKinnon that play for the Chiefs.
So we also have Saints player Alvin Kamara, who agreed to plead no contest for his involvement back in 2022 with the Las Vegas fight. Kamara will now be completing his 30 hours of community service and paying for his victim with $105,000 for their medical expenses. How are y'all feeling? Is this justified? Are y'all sorry or not sorry?
They say if he was fighting like a male or female?
It was a dude. He was fighting.
Yeah. Well, if he's fighting a dude, he's fine. I was going to say if he's fighting a woman, he should get the time he deserves.
The victim, he tried to sue him for $10 million, but he wasn't going for it, so he just went. $10 million is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people trying to get cash grabs.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
So
They
like,
know
did
that.
he get beat up bad?
No, he got punched on pretty bad. You got to think, like, even though Alvin Kamara is small, he's still stronger than an average human.
Yeah, they shredded. These are like high performance machines. So taking a punch from them, he's gonna be brutal.
And like
It was a man versus a man. So
Yeah.
he didn't fight back for.
Like Alvin Kamara and Alvin and his partners, like they did that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay.
And Alvin got the most money, so he gonna take the flag for it.
Yeah, if you in that room, they just gonna go at whoever they can probably get the biggest.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not gonna try to sue a homeboy for $10 million.
Facts. That's true. So Alvin isn't the only one who wanted the smoke. Anthony Poole, Jordan Poole's dad, says he and his wife are still owed an apology from Draymond Green following the infamous punch that happened about a year ago. If you were Draymond, what would you say?
A year later? Like, I'm not apologizing. For
Really?
what? Like, he's not even on the same team no more. Homie is on a whole other coast. Like, just let it go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't apologize either. This happened between me and you, bro. Like, your parents just so happened to see it. You might have agitated me to do that, so he might should have apologized for my actions. So I'm not, bro. You're that grown. I'm not about to call your parents or apologize publicly.
Yeah, nah. If anything, he should have said something, but not he running to the parents.
Yeah, not sorry.
I'm mad about it a year later.
Oh,
Hey, come on, like, look at his dad, bro. What is he gonna do? What is he gonna do?
He seems like a daddy's boy.
His dad look like he can make some ribs, though. I can't fake.
Thanks.
With a V-neck polo, that's different.
That's wild. That's a long V-neck.
Thanks.
He make polo about it.
He sure do look like he could cook. That's a great, observation, Jeremy.
Yeah, I got the
Okay.
eyes. Come on now, these glasses prescribed now.
Okay. Draymond isn't the only one not feeling Jordan Poole. Old Damian Lillard's comments have resurfaced, stating, "I don't mess with that dude like that. I don't like him." Now, if you were Damian, what would you be saying? Sorry or not sorry?
Y'all know I hate Dame, but I'm not apologizing because stand on what you said. You don't like him, you don't like him.
Yeah, at this point, it might be something Jordan Poole doing.
Gotta be.
If he getting punched and then Dame, who doesn't really like just have open statements like that and saying he don't like Jordan Poole, then we might have to look at Poole on this one.
Yeah, Dame don't even be like out there like that. I only don't like him because I'm a Paul George fan and I'm just salty for years
Paul
at
George
this
fan
point.
is crazy.
I told her that. That's the first words that ever left out of my mouth directed towards Richard was she's crazy for being a Paul George fan.
Yeah.
I don't know how that come about.
She go crazy behind Paul
You
George.
don't even know how that come about.
She doesn't. Maybe it's the low cut in the waves. That might be the only thing.
Oh, Ritz, you got something to say?
We're not gonna talk about this right now.
Okay.
Why don't these players just get in the gloves? Like one time for the one time, just get in the gloves, 30 seconds, and just leave it at that.
Get it over with.
Get it in.
Because one thing that they really do is once you get like to a certain kind of fame, they start pulling up all your old tweets. Like it never fails.
Yeah, they definitely do.
It never fails.
I'm trying to make sure I watch that now. Like, I'll make sure my social media presence don't say nothing
He
crazy.
deleting them all right now. Delete. So Larsa is embarrassed. A video surfaced of MJ expressing his strong disapproval of her relationship with his son.
Jordan, what do you think about Marcus and Larsa Pippen together? You approve of it? No. You don't approve?
Even though she claimed that their families did approve,
how did his mom respond? How did his
They're
dad
fine.
respond?
Everyone's fine. My parents want to see me happy. His parents want to see him happy.
So you have their blessing?
Yeah, I feel like we're great. Yeah, I feel like we've spent holidays together.
do y'all feel sorry for Miss Larsa or not so much?
I don't feel sorry for that lady at all.
Nope. Scottie Pippen's a 6-time NBA champion, and she just do him so bad. And why would you expect your ex-husband's teammate to be okay with you dating his son?
Literally.
I don't know if she thought this one through or she was just trying to get her bag too off the Jordan name.
Gotta be.
She's definitely of age. Like,
She pushing 50 too. That's crazy. Like she's
how
gonna get a
old?
401k. Like if
She's not 50. She's not 50 yet. She
close. She's really close. Like she should have a 401k by now. And
So
she's
how old
still
is her man?
He can't be no older than 30 or 40.
Yeah.
He's somewhere in that age range.
I think he's in his 30s.
Okay.
That's
kind of close.
No.
Yeah.
Think about the circumstances. Like Sky and Jordan played together. They were
okay.
So, like that's like family.
Yeah, circumstance. So when Jordan and Pimpin were playing together, he was still young, and they were teammates. She was married.
So if it wasn't that, like if she want to have a sugar baby, that's on her. But like,
outside of that, yeah. I'm not too much against the age gap thing. Like,
yeah, it's just
it could be some age gap in there.
So is she still with him now, or they still going strong?
You can never tell with these relationships. It's like they'll pop out and it'll seem like they've been together forever. Then they'll break up tomorrow and they'll be broken up for a year. Like it's so hard to tell.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, that's how it be. That's why you really can't just put all your eggs in one basket with like celebrity relationships, because you never know. Oh, Marissa, you thought I was going to say something else?
Yeah.
Okay, Marissa trying to up the score.
See, look, nah.
Jeremy, don't be too quiet. Y'all acting real humble on the show right now because we have a special guest. But let me not resurface our past clips now.
You already know how we get down.
I'm a child of God. I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't bring God into the conversation, Jeremy. Don't
God
do
is
it.
in every conversation.
Yeah, okay. That's right. Praise the Lord. Okay. You're right. Yeah. But don't do that. Anyways, disgraced former USA gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar, who was arrested for sexually assaulting female athletes in his care, was reportedly stabbed multiple times by another inmate in Florida's prison. Y'all feeling sorry or not sorry? I'm gonna give it 4 thumbs down.
Like one case of something that he did is bad, but 200?
Exactly.
He has over 200 cases. I don't even want to say what he's done did, but over 200 is nuts. He should have died.
He already knew what was gonna go down when he got to prison. He already knew what was up.
Cause they don't play in jail. They don't play in any jail, but like when you do stuff like that, they don't play in jail.
You already in jail with killers, and you done did some stuff like that. Yeah, it's done. You can count your days or your hours.
He deserved it. So.
And what jail was he in? Because it's like, it's a Florida. Okay, so because if he was in New York, it would be a whole different story too. Because Rikers Island, they go crazy. So I don't think he would have been alive. But yeah, I would say I'm not feeling sorry for him.
Hell, they would have killed him in a holding cell.
Facts. That's very unfortunate though.
Like if they had
multiple people confessed too. Like multiple people came out about it.
Yeah. Like bro, he's so messed up. Like if hell had elementary schools, he wouldn't even be able to live around those. That's how bad it was.
You know what? That Law and Order episode, they put out a Law and Order episode about this. I think this was about him. Now that I'm thinking about it.
When did it air? I think I know what you're talking about though.
I don't remember when it was. There was definitely an episode, and it was like there was a gymnast, or whatever the hell, and he had a bunch of girls. Yeah, I remember that.
So did he just get arrested, or is like he has to go through trial and everything? Because when did it all like take place? Because I knew it happened like when they were kind of younger.
I remember years ago when this first surfaced. This was a little minute ago. There's so many cases to compile, and then more keep getting added on the back end. Yeah. So it's like now we might have to reconsider this time because more people keep coming out.
It's giving death penalty, but anyways.
Electric chair.
That is a wrap for this week's episode. If you haven't already, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram at exosports.xtv. Fields, where can our followers find you at?
You find me on Instagram. My name is The Real Fields, TheRealFieldz, and then as well the company page, The Most Important, Sorry Flamingo.
So make sure that y'all tapping in and getting y'all amazing fly merch from Sorry Flamingo. And we'll see you here next week on Xperience TV. EXO, we out.
I'm a child of God. I don't know what you're talking about.